thanks very much for having us. Thanks to Paul and the Institute of Physics and the team for having us. It's great to be here. As you said, I'm Stephanie O'Neill. I work for Discover Science and Engineering. And since April of this year, I've been looking after the ESERO Ireland office, and I can't get my head around it. It's the European Space Education Research Office. And Eamon is from Cork Electronics Industries Association, and they run the CanSat project for us. They ran it last year, and they're going to do it this year again. So I wanted to just tell you a little bit about ESERO Ireland and the resources that we have, and then the purpose of today is to launch the CanSat competition for next year. So Eamon will take over then after a couple of minutes just to get a little more detail on that. So just everything with us is about relationships. Discover Science and Engineering, we had at the height of our funding and everything, I think we had a team of 9. We now have a team of 3. We're still managing to run most of the projects, but everything we do is about relationships and working with other people and leveraging from other people and other organisations. We work through Science Foundation Ireland. That's where we're based in Dublin. And the DSE programme is now, it's going to be renamed. We moved up to Science Foundation Ireland last year from FIRFOS. Very shortly we're going to be relaunched as the SFI Discover programme. And then ESERO Ireland, we have a contract with the European Space Agency to run the ESERO Ireland office, and that sits very nicely with Science Foundation and Discover Science and Engineering, because what we try to do is use our existing networks and existing projects and use space and astronomy as a theme to promote the STEM subjects and careers in STEM. As I say, we couldn't work without partnerships with other organisations. For example, Cork Electronics Industries Associations ran the CanSat for us last year. In previous years, NCEMSTL ran it in the Limerick area. We do a lot of work with Blackrock Castle Observatory as well for the ESERO office. So ESERO Ireland then, it's a co-funded project. As I say, it's a contract with the European Space Agency. It's co-funded. DSE provides 50% of the funding and the European Space Agency 50% of the funding as well. And the purpose is to use space-related themes and materials to promote the STEM subjects. Mostly, we do a lot of work in schools and the general public. So again, we have some new ESA projects like CanSat, and we have some specific ESA projects, but what we try to do is leverage our existing projects, introduce space elements and space themes into our existing projects and networks. And the focus really is on teacher CPD, some awareness activities like Science Week and outreach activities like that, and communications. So just in terms of some of the projects that we do, on the primary science, and I'll just mention these, I know there's probably very few primary teachers today, but just to mention, we run the ESERO summer course. Last year we ran it in Dublin, Burghcastle and Blackrock Castle Observatory. So we had about 60 primary teachers who did that 5-day course first week in July, and they get their EPV days for that, and that's based all around ESA resources and our Discover Primary Science and Maths, Space and Astronomy resources. Just starting now, we'll be doing CPD, whole school CPD training in primary schools. We've been overwhelmed with registrations for that. I expected that we'd have about 1,000 teachers, maybe in 100 sessions. We've 4,500 teachers and over 300 sessions, and we've got to do that we were supposed to do before Christmas, but it won't be done before Christmas. It'll expand out now into the new year. But we definitely include some space activities in all those CPD sessions with the primary science teachers, whether that's rocket launchers or meteorites or some hands-on activities that the primary teachers can do in class. And of course, the primary science website has all those activities on to support everything that we do in the schools. We're constantly introducing new activities for that project. primaryscience.ie is the website, and there's a whole space area on that where there's space-related activities. Last year, we had 494 primary schools took part and were awarded the Primary Science Award of Science and Maths Excellence. And of those 494, 145 actually completed some space-related activity. And what we're thinking of now, that next year, because we've had over the last 3 years with the summer course, we've had over 100 teachers do that EPV summer course. They've given us great feedback. We think there's now demand for a more advanced course, so we're looking at developing a kind of second level summer course for teachers for next year. That's why the question marks. Hopefully we'll have that for next year. So at post-primary then, some of the things we've done is we've taken a lot of the ESA materials that are on the ESA Education website, and we've mapped that to the junior curriculum. So if you look on the ESA, or the ESERO website, our website, it's broken down into the different areas: junior cert, leaving cert, applied maths, and there's actual live links into the relevant Irish curriculum areas. So we've mapped the ESA resources with the Irish curriculum. Barry Slattery and NCEMSTL did that for us. We have been in consultation with the NCCA about the new Leaving Cert curriculum, which seems to have been parked somewhere. I think the focus is all now on junior science for the next while, but we have spoken to them and they are interested in having a space element on the new Leaving Cert. So we'll keep knocking at that door and hopefully we'll get somewhere. But I think that'll just, it's sitting somewhere until the junior cert is up and running. We promote the ESA summer courses and other courses that ESA do, and there's a couple of teachers today, and I know Sean is going to talk to you about the course that he attended this year. So to find out about that, you just need to register on the ESERO website, and anything that ESA have for teachers, we send out the information as they're sending it to us. And the ESERO website is esero.ie, esero.ie. Last year we piloted an astronomy TY course with Armagh Conservatory and Donegal Education Centre, just getting some results of that in now, and we'll share that when that comes through. We work with SciFest as well, and Sheila and George are here today. We have a Discover Space Award, so any space related projects at the 14 SciFests, we run the Discover Space Awards at that. We're very interested in developing a short course for the new junior certificate, but we're very wary as well because we just need to wait for more guidelines till we see exactly what are they looking for. We don't even know what the new junior certificate curriculum is. I understand there's a discussion paper due any time. So until we see that and until we know more about the junior certificate short courses, we're not actually going to go there, but we are very interested in developing a short course for the junior certificate. And then CanSat. This is really why we're here today, to launch CanSat project. We'll be having a media launch during the week, but we wanted to introduce this to you today. CanSat was piloted in Limerick by NCEMSTL. Last year it was run by Cork Electronics Industries Association in the Cork-Munster area. There were 9 schools took part last year. There were a couple of schools from Limerick, Cork and Waterford took part. And Colosh and Fiersig were the 2012 winners, and they went on to represent Ireland in the Netherlands, and they came second in their category in the Netherlands. It's a fabulous project. There's huge learning for the students. Not alone in the STEM skills like electronics, building the kit, which Eamon will talk more about this. The whole area of the sensors, mechanical designing, measuring and analysing the atmospheric pressure. There's a whole load of science learning. But equally important, I think, is that whole element of the key skills, and all the key skills are addressed in this project. The information processing, creative and critical thinking, communicating, teamwork is really strong on it, and being personally effective. We address all those key skills. The boys from Colosh and Fiersig, they came second, as I said, in their category last year. And we think one of the reasons that they did so well is when they launched the satellite, the parachute actually didn't, it worked for a while, but then it didn't work, so it actually failed. But they were able to take the data, they could see exactly how long it worked for, when it stopped working and what happened. So they were able to take that data, analyse and explain what went wrong and how it went wrong. And because they could analyse all that and present it very effectively, we think that's one of the reasons that they did so well in the project in Europe. So it's not all about everything going right. Sometimes it's about it going wrong and finding out and explaining why it went wrong. So for this year, we want to expand this competition out. We were going to run it in 3 areas, so we're going to have 3 regional finals. CEIA are going to run it again in Cork. Dublin Institute of Technology will run it in the Dublin-Leinster area, and GMIT are going to run it in the Galway in the western area. We're not sure about times yet. We don't have dates, because actually I only got the date for the European final yesterday. So the regional finals will be sometime in February of March. The national finals will be in March, April sometime, and then the European finals will be, we have a date for that, it's the first week in June. And the Irish winners will be going to Andoya in the north of Norway. It's actually in the Arctic Circle. It's a fabulous project, and I'm going to let Eamon tell you a bit more about it now.
Thanks. Hello, hi, my name is Eamon Connolly. I'm just going to say a few words about the CanSat, and afterwards, if you want any more information, you can. I'll have some email addresses and contact addresses, but I'll also be outside by the stand, so you can come and talk to me about any more details. So first of all, what is a CanSat? Is essentially everything it's a satellite in a can. So everything you can fit in a satellite, or all the major components of a satellite, such as power supply, computer, sensors, and telemetry, are contained in a can. Sorry, pressed the wrong button. There's the can. So how do we get the can? The can can be, how do we get the can up into the atmosphere? It can be launched by rocket, or it could be dragged up there by balloons. There's actually a can here just about, you can't really see it, but you can see the guidelines. This was our competition last year. We raised the CanSats using these gigantic balloons. Well, they were about 80 centimetres balloons, and we got them up to perhaps maybe about 70 metres high, which was quite high when you're just looking at a really quite light string. So the CanSat, the essential message hopefully is in this on the right hand side here. So you've got a parachute, so that keeps the CanSat descending at a rate that's suitable. If it's too slow, it could drift too far and get lost, and if it's too fast, well, you can imagine what happens if it's too fast. Then inside in the CanSat, you've got, as I said already, a computer, radio, telemetry system, temperature and pressure sensors. This is for the primary mission, and a power supply. The communications module transmits the temperature and pressure data via radio to the antenna up to a distance of perhaps a kilometre or so. And then the laptop receives the data, and the students analyse the data and make a presentation. So part of the project is really important that they do the electronics and programming and all that, but the other half of the project, at least as important, is that they analyse the data and make a presentation to an audience. So the way we organise it, we've got a kit, and I can show you the kit outside. And when it's built up, it looks something like this, and then it all fits into a can, something like this. Now the balloon has got nothing to do with it; it's just to make you look. So that just fits in, something like that. The requirements are that everything has got to fit into the volume of a soft drinks can. And you can have different geometries. You could have it like this type of geometry, or you could use, this is last year's kit, slightly different design. Interesting too. Again, we provide the kit. It's actually, if a team wanted to use a totally different kit, or use part of the kit, or modify it, or do whatever they want, that's up to them totally. What you have to do is you have to do the primary mission, so you have to measure temperature and pressure and transmit it to ground and make a presentation. That's the essentials. And the way we ran it last year, and we're hoping to do it again this year, is we have workshops for the teachers and mentors. Every team and school will be assigned a mentor, and so we hope that we will have the teachers and mentors on their own. We'll have a workshop for them. They will get the idea, not everything, we're not going to show them absolutely everything, but all the essentials, and then they will spread the message to the students over time. So we do the teachers mentors workshop over one day, and then the students learn over perhaps about 10 weeks or so. Here's some pictures of last year's Teachers and Mentors workshop. And at the end of it, perhaps in February, we're going to have the regional competitions. Last year we had it in a lifetime lab, and we used these balloons that I mentioned already, these gigantic balloons. So here the teams are just connecting up their CanSats, and the judges are watching on to make sure that they're actually measuring real-time data. They're not just, which would be okay too, but the object of the competition, that it's real-time data. And then afterwards they make a presentation, also in Lifetime Lab, and answer some questions from the audience, from the judges. And then there's a winner. And the winner of the competition, a team of 4 students and a teacher, get paid by ESA to go to the competition. This year it's going to be in Norway. Last year it was in the Netherlands. This year it's in Norway. And that will be paid for 4 students and a teacher. And it's really great fun. In that competition, the CanSats actually do get launched by a rocket up into the air, kilometre up into the air, and then the parachute must deploy and the measurements start. I won't say anything about the secondary mission because that's beyond the scope of this 5 minutes talk. But that if you really want to win the competition, it's the secondary mission is going to win it for you. So you could have GPS, an accelerometer, measure you could measure for example, CO2 concentrations in the air. It's totally up to the team's imagination. Was there okay? Oh yeah. So there is a contact. That's one contact email. If you don't get a chance to talk to me afterwards, and that's for the Cork region, and for the Galway region, we have a contact email here, or for the Leinster region, Mark in DIT, and that's also another email in case the first one doesn't work. You can send it to both of them, and I'll definitely get one.